Hello everybody! In this guitar lesson I'm going to teach you to play Hungry Heart by Bruce Springsteen. Now, this is one of the Boss's biggest hits, and for good reason, because it's a really catchy song. And the nice thing about it in terms of learning guitar is that you can play it in a very simple way, or you can bring quite a lot of sophistication into the way you play it. So what we're going to do is break it down step by step. Step 1, I'm going to teach you the basic chords to the song. Step 2, I'll show you the strumming pattern. Step 3, I'll show you how to work some of the riff from the keyboard part into the way you play the chords. Step 4, I'll show you how to work the really catchy bass line into the playing of the chords on the guitar. And then step 5, hang around to the end and I'll show you the chords that are played under the organ solo. So let's start off with the chords, step 1. Okay then, let's begin by putting a capo at the first fret of your guitar. Pop a capo on the first fret. Now, for the verses and the choruses, there are only 4 simple chords. The first one is C major. I met her in E, and then we have A minor 7, Kingstown bar, then D minor 7, we fell in love, I knew it, and then G7 had to end. And those 4 chords cycle through the whole of the verse and the whole of the chorus too. C, everybody's got A minor 7, hungry heart, then D minor 7, everybody's got G7, hungry heart, and so on. So it's just those 4 simple chords: C major, A minor 7, D minor 7 and G7. Now there are different chords for the organ solo. I'll show you those right at the end of the video. Okay then, let's move on to the strumming pattern now. This is step 2. I'm going to demo it for you first. Here we go. We took what we had and we ripped it apart. Now here I am down in Kingstown again. Okay, let me show you how to play that. So that strumming pattern is basically very easy. It is down, up, 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 down, up. The timing of that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now, the secret though is in how you play that strumming pattern. And what you want to do is adopt a very light touch. So hold your pick quite softly in your hands. And the key thing about that strumming pattern is that first down, rather than just playing, you want to make it a bit of a rake, like that. It's almost a spread. Very light touch. Okay, and we're going to emphasize that first down and the first up. The other downs and the other ups, play really lightly so that you get this kind of feel. Really caress it. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Okay, so now we're on to step 3, and in step 3 we're going to take a bit of the keyboard riff and bring it into our playing of the chords. Now, we don't have to change the strumming pattern at all to do this, okay? What it's going to sound like is this. Let me play it for you first. Now what's happening on the keyboard, amongst other things, what I think it's Roy Britton is playing on that keyboard is this. we're going to bring that into the playing of our chords is that we're just going to vary the very first downstroke of each strumming pattern in terms of what we're doing with our left hand. So on the C major, you're going to put your little finger on the second string, third fret relative to the capo. That actually makes this into a C major 9, a C with a high D in it, okay? Just for that first downstroke, so. Okay, after that first downstroke, take your little finger off to play a regular C major, and then the rest of the strumming pattern is the same, so it's like this. Which gives us that. When we go to the A minor 7, we do the same thing. So again, we're going to put our little finger on the second string, third fret, relative to the capo, just for the first downstroke, and then we take it off. All right. Now, when we move to the D minor 7, that's a little bit different there. So again, it's only the first downstroke which will be different to normal. For that first downstroke, you want to play this, so you're going to leave the top string open, all right? So you just have your middle finger on third string, second fret, and your index finger on second string, first fret. Top string's open, just for that first downstroke. And then you go back to a regular D minor 7. So we have this. And then when we go to the G7 again, it's just the first downstroke that's different. Take your index finger off. So again, the top string is open. That's actually a G6, that chord now. A G with a top E in it. And then put your index finger back on to top string, first fret relative to the capo for the rest of the strumming pattern. Now, Hungry Heart has got a really brilliant drop dead bass line, just fantastically catchy bass line. And in step 4, I'm going to show you how to bring that bass line into your playing of the chords. But before I get to step 4, let me just say, if you've been enjoying this video, please do hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe so that you'll be notified about all the future videos that I release. Okay then, let's get on to step 4 and look how we can build that bass line into our playing. So let me start by demoing what this will sound like with the bass line built in, and then I'll show you how to play it. This is a little bit more tricky, so here we go. So to build in the bass line, we're going to use fingerstyle on our right hand, and there's a little pattern which works for every chord. So let me show you that on the first set of chords. That's the C9 and the C major. So we're going to start with that C9. Now the first thing we're going to do is a 2-note run up in the bass to that C. So you're going to start with an open A string, that's the 5th string, play it with your thumb, and then 5th string, 2nd fret. Play that with your middle finger, and then you're into the C9 chord. And what we're going to do here is play the 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string, and 2nd string together. Like that. You can spread it a bit if you want, using the thumb, index, middle, and ring fingers. So far we have this. Now we're going to play the top string on its own. You can actually remove your little finger now, so you've got regular C. Play the top string on its own with your ring finger, and then slap with your right hand. Just slap it against the strings like that, using the palm of your right hand. Now you have another spread, so now you're going to play 5th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and top string, again with your thumb, index, middle, and ring fingers. And now you're going to play the top string on its own again. So put that together and you have this. Okay then, so when we get to the A minor 7, which remember to begin with is going to have your little finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret there, we're going to play exactly the same pattern as on the C chords, except the run up is a little bit different. So for the run up, you're going to start with your ring finger on the 6th string 3rd fret relative to the capo, play that 6th string with your thumb, and then put your little finger on 6th string 4th fret relative to the capo, play the 6th string again with your thumb, and then the rest is the same as before. Okay. When we get to our D minor chords, we're only going to be playing the 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string and top string, not the 5th or 6th strings. Now we start with a rundown in the bass on the 4th string, beginning with 4th string 2nd fret, then 4th string 1st fret. Now we're going to adopt the D minor 7 chord, but remember to leave the top string open, and we're going to play strings 4, 3, 2 and 1. Now we're going to go to the D minor 7 chord, so now we're fretting the top string at the 1st fret, play that top string. Now this pattern is the same as before, slap, now do another spread and top string again. Okay, so we have this. And then finally we're going to go to our G7. Remember, we're actually starting with a G6 chord, and we have a nice little rundown here. So the rundown is going to be 5th string open, followed by 6th string 4th fret relative to the capo. I tend to use my ring finger for that. Then pull your ring finger down to the 3rd fret 6th string, get your G6 chord going there. Now a spread. So that's 6th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, top string. Now we adopt the G7 chord. Just put your index finger on the top string 1st fret. Play that top string on its own, slap, and then another spread, and then top string again on its own. So when we put that all together, this is what we get. Okay then, let's move on to step 5, looking at the chords that you play underneath the organ solo. Now, these are totally different to the chords in the rest of the song because there's a key change for that organ solo. Afterwards, you go back to the normal chords again. Now, so far, when we've talked about the chords, we've talked about them relative to the capo, but for the organ solo, we're going to use all bar chords. So we'll just forget the capos there, and we'll talk about chords relative to the nut here, so just normal chord shapes. Now we start with a bar E major at the 7th fret. Da, 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 da. Then we go to a C sharp minor at the 4th fret. Da, 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 da. Then we go to an F sharp minor at the 2nd fret. Da, 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 da. And then a B major at the 2nd fret. Da, 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 da. That's halfway through the organ solo, and the second half is similar but not quite the same. Again, we start with the E major at the 7th fret, da, 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 da. Then to the C sharp minor at the 4th fret, da, 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 da. Then we go again to the F sharp minor at the 2nd fret, da, da, da. Then we have a different chord to finish with. It's actually an A flat major at the 4th fret. Okay. And then after that, we're back into our normal chords. Now you can just play one strumming pattern on each of those chords during the organ solo.